過ぎた季節が嘘だとしても重ねたぬくもりは嘘じゃない君が残した背中の傷跡は今もずっと甘くてだからずっと痛くて
Yo, what it do, guys? It's your boy, Liamuki, and I've returned with another chapter of The Radiant Hero of Light and Darkness. This is chapter 6, The Imperator. So, let's get into this, shall we, guys? As Izuku and his party soon leave the kingdom of Galio, they soon head to the Empire of Valchis, as the Empire is twice the size of that of Crystallis and Galio as well, as it's one of the oldest and most ancient kingdoms that have been around since the beginning, as it's been around since the time of the goddess roamed the lands alongside the Demon King. After hearing that, Izuku was finally getting a crash course on that of one of the oldest countries in all of Taltius. With Izuku wondering why, if it's one of the oldest countries, how is it one of the countries that survived the most out of the Dwarven ruins country that we once were in? After hearing this, Ymir also wanted to know this as well, with Edward not even showing any interest. However, Dorgan wanted to say something but chose not to, as Volio soon told his young student that it's because the Empire is one of the reasons why half of the countries in this world don't exist. With hearing this, Izuku was surprised. With then Dorgan saying, "He's right, Midoriya. The reason why the Empire has been around more is because it's one of the most powerful and most strongest empires. Well, I guess you would say the third strongest, or fourth, as you could say." With Izuku confused, wanting to know more, as Dorgan soon explained that the Empire wasn't a big country at first. Originally, it wasn't quite big nor small. But as time went on and it wanted to expand its kingdoms and its borders, it soon attacked multiple kingdoms and went to war with them. Even multiple republics and nations that focus more on democratic systems, such as the Holy Republic, of course. But unlike the Holy Republic, with Izuku saying, "I already know, I know. I may have been young in my country, but I still know about democratic system, Dorgan." With then Dorgan saying, "Oh, sorry, my apologies, Izuku. Back to what I was saying. They basically attacked multiple countries, not even holding anything back. With that, they were able to take over two once prevalent countries about 500 years ago. That being that of the bestial kingdom of Novana and the Three Human Alliance." With that, Izuku was surprised, with Izuku saying, "Wait, the bestial kingdom of Novana and the five human alliance? What is..." With then Volio soon saying, "The bestial king Novana was originally a kingdom run by that of, you guessed it, beast humans, such as myself. The kingdom of beast humans was quite the problem. I mean, don't get us wrong, we weren't treated as badly as that of demonic humans, but it wasn't easy for people like us to live around so freely until now. But because of that, the Empire basically took over that kingdom and made it part of it." Within Dorgan soon saying, "As for the Three Human Alliance, It was basically an alliance composed of high humans, bestial humans, and demonic humans, who all just wanted to live in harmony and live in peace. It'd be run by 3 leaders of each of the high races, the bestial races, and the demonic human race as well. Because of that, they lived quite well. However, such a threat basically was in the way of the Empire. And because of that, and due to the huge influx of people and now involved with the Empire, they didn't know what to do until Edward soon spoke up, saying they invoked the law of slavery. Am I right? Ymir shuddered at the very idea of that word, with Izuku clenching his left fist, with then Dorian saying yes. After that, the Empire was known to be quite ruthless in the slavery labor and quite formidable. But as the years went on, many people from the old countries began to have more of a voice to show that they have rights just as much as those from the Empire as well. So the high humans from that of the, Bestial Kingdom and the Alliance were actually given citizenship of the Empire. However, it was harder for that to the beast humans and way harder for the demonic humans. With this, Izuku was really taken back by all of this. But then he begins saying, why is it that everybody hates demonic humans so badly? I mean, I get that some of them are trying to take over the world alongside the Demon Lord. But why? Why be so rough with them? But then everybody was quite taken back by this, except Volio, as he's not surprised that Izuku doesn't know about this. With then Edward basically sitting back up and looking at his greenette best friend, saying, Izuku, did none of the priests tell you the reason why demonic humans are hated so much? I mean, when we fought against those bandits and those kids, I get it that you didn't know what would happen to them. But did they not tell you where demonic humans come from? With Izuku saying, no, they didn't. Within, Volio saying, not surprised. I was there for most of your education and training, but not when it came to you learning more about the world. It seems they only told you about the goddess, but they didn't tell you anything about the demonic humans. Within, Ymir saying, they told me everything, but half of it just felt like some of it didn't feel real, to be honest. Within, Dorgan strumming his lute and soon saying, well, that's because, Izuku, the demonic humans didn't come from the goddess Seraphina. They came from that of the Demon King, her opposite, her mortal enemy. With that, Izuku was really taken back. Would say the Demon King, with Izuku saying, wait, are they similar to that of the Demon Lord? Asking the question, Volio soon answered as saying, no, the Demon King is the true spawn of all demonic humans. As for the Demon Lord, they're basically their agent of chaos. Their job is to cause destruction and mayhem. That is the reason behind the Demon Lord, and he's rallying demonic people to his cause. And because of that, many nations were lost due to the actions of the demonic lord. But then Dorgan saying, but some of it felt like bullshit, to be honest. With Izuku looking at the half dwarf, half elven bard, with saying, it's none of the demonic humans I've traveled with or even spent time with have been that of violent, twisted creatures. They only become violent if you try to take away their freedom and take away their life, even become that of a racist piece of trash fool. But other than that, they've always been civil and kind-hearted people, I believe the reason why everyone hates demonic humans and treat them as such, or even use them as status slave labor, mostly, is because of the Seraphim Faithful. With Izuku saying, I see. Honestly, I was starting to be aware of such things, to be honest. But seeing that you guys are confirming my suspicions, it looks like I was right. With then Ymir saying, Izuku, are you? I'll still do my job to defeat the Demon Lord. But after we take care of the Empire, I'm done with Crystallis. They've done too much pain to the innocent people who just want to live in harmony. And the Empire is just as much to blame. So we'll solve this slavery problem and try our best to prevent a war between the Empire and the Kingdom. Let's just hope the Empire is in that of a talking mood, though. With that, Izuku and the others soon went off to sleep to get up early for the next day. As they soon made it to the Empire of Valchis. However, they saw a couple of towns and villages on the way to the capital. But little did they know, as soon as they pass one of their second town, they can already see the capital, as it's quite freaking huge that it can be seen far in the distance. With that, Izuku and his party made it to the capital of Valchis. As they made it to the capital in just a matter of hours, it turns out the capital is quite huge, as many places are old but new at the same time, as many places that were old are being repaired and the new being built, showing that they show great love to the Empire, to its capital. As many people are trying their best to help each other, mostly being the common people, as it being that of humans, elves, dwarves, and beast humans. However, not a single sight of a demonic human, as Izuku's time in Galio has shown that all races are treated equal in the warrior kingdom, mostly due to it being a kingdom that values strength and hard work. But Izuku has that of a skeptic feeling, given that everything that he now knows about the Empire. However, little did Izuku know, him and his team are being followed by a certain someone, as a person that cannot be seen except their piercing red eyes. Back with Izuku's team, they began asking around to see on how to get to the capital. However, they soon are given directions, and that the city has that of a transit system, actually. Well, a simple transit system, to be honest, by using lightning magic as well. It's quite simple, actually, with then making it to the royal capital center, where they see the massive palace in the kingdom. Within, Izuku was really taken back on how massive the place is, with both Izuku and Ymir's jaws begin to drop. Well, with Edward, he's a little taken back by the size of the massive, palace, but given his nobility status in Crystallis, he's not too overwhelmed by the size. With then Bovolio and Dorgan getting the three teens' attention, with them heading to the capital. However, certain guards began standing in place, with then them putting their spears and axes in our hero group's face, with them asking on who they are. Within, Izuku soon introduces himself as the hero. Within, the guards begin soon stepping aside as Izuku was heading in. However, they soon stopped Izuku's friends, with soon Ymir saying, what's the big idea? Let us through. But saying, we cannot allow you to go through. With then Izuku saying, hey, let them go. They're my friends. Wherever I go, they go with me. With then one of the guards saying, I'm sorry, Sir Hero, but we cannot. What's going on here, gentlemen? With then a man wearing that of a black fancy robe attire with multiple metals being ranging from gold to silver to bronze, and that's of shoulder frills actually, as he has that of an air of snobbishness, but an air of elegance as well, with long black hair and selfish, self-centered eyes. By looking at the man, and his face says it all as well. Within, many of the guards saying, Prime Minister, we did not. With then saying, you must be Sir Hiro Izuku Midoriya, or now the current champion of Galio, its leader. Am I right? Within, Izuku saying, yes. And by the guard's reaction, calling you Prime Minister, even if he didn't say that, I can tell that you're quite somebody important by your attire alone. But then hearing this, the man couldn't help but smirk and then laugh, as he had that of an arrogant and self-centered tone. But then saying, you're quite something else, Sir Hero. Yes, I am important, but if you wish for your entourage to aid you, then we will allow it. Now, let them be, as he claps his hands, letting the guards go, as Izuku and his party soon go by, with both Edward and Ymir actually sticking out their tongues at the guards as they pass by. However, as Volio passes by, his ears begin to sense something, as he begins to hear somebody nearby. As he looks around, but he doesn't see anyone, but he feels threatened in a way. Within, Izuku saying, Sensei, are you coming? What Suit saying, yeah, I'm coming, kid. Just hold on. After saying this, he puts his hands in his pockets while walking to the group, as they head into the huge, large Capitol building, as it being twice the size of any place that any of them have been in, as it even being bigger than Izuku's estate mansion at Crystallis, being the hero's mansion after all. With Izuku really taken back on how big and how massive a place like this even exists. With them, as they look around, they see multiple servants. However, some of them have that of dirty rags on them, and some of them don't even have shoes on either. With that, Izuku can tell that they're basically slave labor, with Izuku having that of a pissed off look on his face. Within, Ymir places her hand on Izuku's shoulder and giving him that of a comforting smile. This breaks Izuku's anger out, and he smiles back at his childhood friend, saying, I'm fine, thanks Ymir. What soon, they make it to a large door. Within, the Prime Minister saying, this is where His Majesty lies. With Izuku nodding, saying, thank you, Prime Minister. I wished... Within, Izuku saying, oh, my apologies. I never actually got your full name, Prime Minister. But saying, of course. My name is Prime Minister Gultian Marvey. It's a pleasure to meet you, Sir Hero, and have your acquaintance now. With that, Izuku saying, likewise, sir. As then, they soon open the doors, as they soon see a huge, brightly lit room with tons of crystallized mirrors looking down on, as light soon appears. Within, heading ahead, they soon see the throne room, with that as it being a solitary throne, having that of the Emperor himself. Within, Izuku was really taken back on how huge this place is, as it's even bigger than the throne room where he was summoned. As then all of his party members began making comments on the place, with then Dorgan saying, I like places that are quite, well, glamorous, but this is just, well, it's gaudy as hell. With then Ymir saying, yeah, I think I prefer your throne room more, Izuku. With then Edward saying, I may be a noble, but even I have standards. I mean, this is just too much gold coloring for everything. With then Volio saying, it's reasons like this is why I hate coming to palaces and why I don't do jobs for royalty. As for Izuku, he doesn't say anything. As then they make it to the Emperor, as he being that of a wide, tall man with tan skin, blonde hair with that of a beard as well, and he also having that of royal attire all around him. With, however, something about him just doesn't seem right, as Izuku can just look at the guy, and part of him can tell that he's somewhat of a sick bastard, just by the look of him. As he can wear all of the glamorous stuff all he wants, Izuku could tell that the bastard is somewhat of a selfish man, just by the look of him. Within, the Prime Minister walks up to the Emperor, having his hands behind his back, as he has that of a smile. As Izuku clears his throat, he soon introduces himself, within the Emperor saying, why haven't you kneeled before me? Within Izuku's eyes being widening, saying, I'm sorry? With then saying, you should be. All those who visit me must kneel, no matter who they are, hero or leader themselves, to show some respect to me. And it seems like you haven't shown any. Within hearing this, Ymir gets a little bit pissed, as she feels like nobody should talk bad about Izuku in front of her, with even Edward coming annoyed about how arrogant the Emperor is, even though they just showed up. Within Dorgan somewhat getting pissed, but not letting it show over his face. As for Volio, he's quite pissed. Even his eyes are shaking from that of rage, given on how disrespectful the Emperor is, saying, my apologies, Your Majesty. Allow me to kneel before you. As he goes on one knee and looks down and closes his eyes, with soon saying, you guys do it too. With Ymir saying, but Izuku! Ymir, just do it. And soon, she growling before kneeling down, alongside Edward, Dorgan, and Volio. With soon, he's saying, now that's better. You can rise now. Within, Izuku stands up, saying, what do you peasants want? Within Edward soon saying to himself, I'm the son of a duke, you asshole. With Izuku quietly saying, Ed, chill. Then he clearing his throat saying, Your Majesty, I, Izuku Midoriya, hero summoned by the Holy Republic of Crystallis, and now the current champion / leader of Galio, wish to beseech you on two fronts. With then the Emperor having that of a skeptic look, as his eyebrow is raised. With then Izuku soon explains that on behalf of Crystallis, he wishes to unite all the kingdoms to fight against that of the demonic humans and the demon lord to protect the world of Taltius. And on the second hand, as on the regards of Galio, you must be aware that I have annexed all the people from the empire from going to the kingdom ever, due to the actions of certain nobles kidnapping its citizens for their own, and put them through the slave market. I wish to say that you must arrest these nobles for doing such actions. With then the Emperor soon saying, You impotent brat. With soon, Izuku's eyes began widening, saying, "What?" As the Emperor soon berates Izuku for asking for such demands. As on the first demand, the Emperor has already been fighting against the demonic humans and the Demon Lord since the beginning. That they have been holding the line against the very monsters that threaten the world. So they have no reason to continue to unite against other countries. And as for the second reason, he will not turn over his own people for their right to do such things. Within, Edward soon screaming out, "Right! They have no right to go to another man's country and steal people! What right do they have?" With then, many of the guards get pissed at the half-elf, half-human brawler of Izuku's party. With then Izuku saying, "Ed, please." But he's right. The nobles of your country were kidnapping the innocent people, the humans, elves, dwarves, beast humans, and demonic humans into slavery. And not only that, I wish for the safe return of all those people from Galio over the years back to their homeland, back to all their friends and family where they belong. If you, please, as somebody who is a leader, wouldn't you not do the same for your own fellow people? Within hearing this, the Emperor was about to throw a fit before a certain man actually walks up to the Emperor, as he soon whispers in his ear. As then the Emperor smiles after hearing the news from the man. As he soon leaves, the Emperor soon looks at our hero party, saying, "You're right. I would do such things for my own people, and it's only right I should return the citizens of Galio back to their homeland, since they were forced into slavery. It's only natural. Allow me to give you my considerations, Sir Hero. In due time, in a matter of weeks, I will gather all the slaves in the Empire who are come from Galio and were kidnapped, if you will allow us." Within hearing this, Izuku couldn't help but smile, saying, "Thank you, sir." Within saying, "We'll be going now. And just like before, we're glad to know that you're still aiding us in the help in the fight against the Demon Lord army." With Sunny Emperor saying, "Yes, yes, yes. Now please, go. You must be tired for your journey." Within Izuku lowering his head, within everyone else doing the same, but most of them really hesitant on doing so though. After this, Izuku and his party members soon leave the throne room, as the Emperor saying, "It seems our Inquisitor has already had his sights on them as soon as they arrived in the capital." Within the Prime Minister saying, "It seems like it, sir. Once the Inquisitor gets his hands on them, he won't. They'll be dead. They'll be dead soon enough." Within hearing this, the Emperor couldn't help but smile. "So long, Hero Midoriya. I don't need somebody like you snooping around my kingdom asking for such demands. The Empire has right to everything in Teltius." Within leaving the huge palace, Izuku and the others can't help but have somewhat skeptic looks on their faces. Within, Volio saying, "Okay, is it just me? Or did the Emperor's, tone change as soon as one of their servants came in?" Within, Dorian saying, "So I wasn't the only one who noticed." Within, Edward saying, "How could we not notice? The guy seemed pretty damn giddy to aid us in our efforts, especially on trying to get all the innocent people who were kidnapped." Within, Ymir saying, "Yeah, it just doesn't seem right. Or rather, doesn't feel right." But soon, Izuku began saying, "There's something going on. I feel like he's toying with us. If that's the case, though we might need to. With then, a knife was soon heading towards Izuku's head. However, Volio actually caught the blade before it even had a chance to hit. With soon, Izuku's eyes began widening, saying, was that a knife? With then, Volio saying, yep, and it seems like somebody's here to kill you, Izuku. With then, Edward putting on his goggles as he's trying to look around and see if anybody's nearby, saying, damn it, I can't see them anywhere. They must be really well hidden. With then, Ymir pulling out her staff, saying, what do we do? With then, Dorgan saying, best thing we can do, run away. We can't involve innocent people in our fight. With Izuku saying, yeah, let's go. As more and more knives begin to show up, as Izuku brings out his spear and then knocks all of them backwards with just one hit. With Sood saying, let's go! As everybody soon runs off. As then more and more daggers and knives begin being sent flying after them, as each and every one of them are deflecting them until they make it to one of the outskirts of the city slums, where tons of slaves and demonic humans are dwelled in. As they soon reach that of a blocked alleyway, as they look back, they see a man. Actually, not even a man. They almost seem like that of a child, actually. With then Izuku saying, who the heck? Within, the person brings out, as the man is cloaked in all black, as he's wearing that of a sleeveless shirt with small shoulder guards, and his entire face is covered with his mouth, ears, and even his head, and even his hair. However, all that can be seen is pointy ears. With Izuku saying, wait, is that an elf? With Edward saying, oh no, that's not no ordinary elf. That's a dark elf. With Izuku saying, wait, a dark elf? So he's part of the elven race? With Volio saying, no. Dark elves used to be part of the elven race, but they were banished from the race due to their connection to that of the Demon King, actually. So they basically became a race of the demonic humans. With Izuku saying, you can't be serious. With then the man bringing out 2 daggers, as then he rushes at Izuku and his team once again. As Izuku preparing to strike at him, however, he soon disappears before reappearing again, planning to strike at Izuku before Ymir used her staff to actually knock her back, before activating her art, being that of Lightning Bolt! Within lightning soon sent flying at the assassin. With then both Dorgan and Edward soon rushed at the assassin as well, with Edward trying tons of barrages of punching kicks, and Dorgan trying to strike at him with his battle axe. However, he's too slippery and thin as he continues trying to go back at Izuku again, before Volio preparing his great sword as he soon screams out, magical martial art, Earth Cleaver! As then he swings his massive great sword downwards as soon blade-like spikes come from the ground. As the assassin, his eyes look surprised as he dodged each and every blade before one of the blades actually cuts through his mask wrap. As then his hair begins to fall, with it being that of crimson red hair. And then Izuku and everyone else could look at his face, as he has the face of a child, as he doesn't look any older than 13 or 14 years old, basically the same age as Izuku, Edward, and Ymir. With Izuku saying, you can't be serious. He doesn't look any older than us. With Edward saying, so they sent a kid to assassinate us? What the actual hell? With then Dorgan saying, this can't be serious. With then the boy covering his face as he soon releases that of smoke bombs. And then he disappears from everyone's sight. As then Izuku saying, this can't be real. Why? Just why? Trying to comprehend the situation, Volio soon places a hand on Izuku's shoulder, saying, Izuku, you can't be surprised about this. Why wouldn't they send a child assassin after you to get under your skin? But Sensei, this just doesn't feel right. It's so damn wrong. But then Dorgan saying, you can't be too surprised. The Empire has been around for literal centuries. So they would basically send an assassin. Not only that, a dark elf assassin after you. But still, a child assassin? Dorgan, I can't comprehend this. This goes against everything that's in my world. Everything that I know, what right and wrong is. It's turned upside down here. And slavery was literally abandoned in my world. We had it years ago, but after that, it was soon abolished. It was soon gotten rid of. It was too inhuman, treating humans like that of animals. So, why? Why does an empire that basically lives on slavery would do anything to keep it? So you now understand why many demonic humans side with the demon lord. Yup, little hero. Within hearing this, it was a familiar voice. A voice they haven't heard in a while. As looking up, somebody soon flies down. As it being the same arch demonic human from months ago. As everybody was shocked. Except Dorgan, saying, well, if it isn't the beauty from before, it's good to see you again, my lady. With soon saying, yeah, flirty bard. But it's good to see you're still alive, hero. With Izuku saying, you're the demonic human from before. Wait, are those kids? Don't worry, they're safe. They're all safe. Actually, the reason I'm here is because there's somebody who's an ally who wants to put an end to the Empire's slavery, who wants your aid. With then Izuku saying, wait, what? If that's the case, then with soon Volio puts his arm right in front of Izuku and places his hand on his great sword, saying, how do we know we can trust you? You did try to attempt to kill us before, and just because you were after those demonic human kids to keep them safe and stop being used as weapons, doesn't mean we can trust you. You did attempt to try to kill us. With soon one saying, seriously, I wasn't really trying to kill you. I was trying to knock you guys out to keep you from trying to hurt those kids. But knowing that you actually chose to help them out, it only seemed right. But now I really need your help. My contact wants your help too. Having the aid of the hero would be great in the long run, especially in the aid of defeating the demon lord. Within hearing this, Izuku and everyone else was really taken back by this word. But soon Izuku saying, alright, lead the way, miss, oh, right. I never truly introduced myself, didn't I? As soon, she basically makes a pose, that being quite seductive, actually. As she soon says, my name is Sophia, but my friends call me Soph. It's a pleasure to meet you, Sir Hero Izuku Midoriya. After finishing explaining to Suguguchi saying, so, the Empire was actually attempting to kill you? Can you explain why? I'll explain in a little bit, but I will tell you, this story is quite dark. It's also the reason it changed me quite a bit, to be honest. It made me realize darkness lies everywhere, no matter who they are. if they're good nor evil. Everybody suffers in one way or another, and it's mostly due to the leaders, the people who said that they would protect us and help us survive. And this is also where I met two of my greatest party members, two of them who would matter quite a bit to me, and I to them. So let's get into this, detective. Let me tell you the tale of the Empire of Valchis. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to read them. Also, please like and subscribe, and I would really love it if you guys hit that bell notification to keep up to date with my videos. It really does help you guys out knowing when I upload. Also, check out my Discord, gaming channel, main channel, and my Patreon. So, with all that said, it's Leon Mookie, signing out. Later, guys, and have a good day.